First, you get you a little crescent wrench or any kind of wrench. Loosen these all the way until they just about come off. If they come off, just put them on just like one turn. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Lift the tire off. These funny little washers right here are called fishtail washers, and they go in the little hole right here on top of your fork. We'll just get the bead out. This is the bead right here. This is where the bead seals. Careful of the valve stem here. You have to take the cap off. Push the valve stem up through and remove your rim. You don't need to take the tire all the way off the rim to get the tube out either. First thing we want to do is put the cap somewhere where we don't forget it. We want to fill where the sticker is, or where whatever it is went through. Because once we do our repair, we don't want to, here it is right here, it's a goat head sticker. Oh, here's the sticker right here, big one. So, okay, we're pretty clean here. I'm going to get a good length of this, a piece I can work with. I'm just going to run it up inside this tire here, like this here. Right up along the top of the tire. Now, it's not going to cover the whole tire, but, you know, like I said, use what I got. And this stuff, this Gorilla Tape is pretty strong stuff. It definitely will stop the stickers in the covered part of the tire. Also, another good trick is carry a can of Fix-A-Flat. We have the offending unit. We're going to go find out where the hole is. Come with me. Come on. Okay, here we are at the state-of-the-art tube testing facility. I'm going to give it a pretty good amount of pressure. That's what this little pointy thing is for. On here. That's enough air. Okay, now that it's been aired up sufficiently, there's bubbles right there, man. You see that? That's where my hole is. But since I don't want to do this again, after I get it all put back together, I'm going to go ahead and check the whole thing. Oh, there's another hole. Ideally, I should have something to mark these holes with. Right there. Okay, you see that? Don't forget those two places, right? There's the valve stem in relation. Yeah, they're right in the middle of the tread, basically, these babies. Come with me back to the state-of-the-art tire repair facility. Okay, here we are back at the inner tube repair facility. Repairs on this here inner tube. First, we get a tire patch, rubber patch kit. You can repatch this inner tube and others like it hundreds of times with this one kit. I think it costs about $2.69 at the hardware store, and it's a good one. And a huge variety of patches. Not that you'd ever get a hole that big and try to patch it, but anywho, we're looking for this little dude right here. Scorer. And we score the rubber with it to get it ready to glue this stuff onto. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the patch, keeping my finger right where the hole is. And I'm going to go ahead and start scoring this, start sanding it with this little device. Matter of fact, if I bend it around my finger a little bit, it'll do a better job. I'll score all around it. But I can see the little booger right now. Once you've scored it, go ahead and put your glue on it. Put a pretty good dab of glue on there. I'll spread this around a little even with my finger. This glue, we want to let it dry. It dries very fast. Blowing on it will help it. Now, we're going to take off the blue inner. That stuff takes a little bit of unsticking. You'll see my hole right there in the middle. And I'm going to give it a go right there on the middle of the hole. Pressing from the center outwards to get all the bubbles out, you know, after it cures for 10 or 15 minutes. What it does, that rubber cement mixes with the adhesive on the patch, basically welds that on there. That's not ever going to come off. And you get a sticker there, it will not go in there. Just hope you get a sticker right there if you get a sticker again. Now we're going to do the other side, which is right here. Put the tire back together now. So we will use our Gorilla Tape. This stuff is mighty strong. It will resist punctures. I'm going to set it right in the center of the bead. That's where her two stickers just went. So, you know, if it If it stops one, it's worth a couple minutes. Stops one sticker or one flat. She got Gorilla Tape pretty much around the world there. I'm gonna go ahead and mount the tire to the pretty simple process. Pop it in, pop the bead in, leave one side open to get your tube in. See the little hole right here? That's where the valve stem is gonna go. So we're gonna go ahead and set the tube in here. This big old pocket we've created with the valve stem roughly in the place it needs to be. All right, tube's in. Now I'm going to line this hole up. This thing is so light, it's really easy to work with. Line this hole up with this valve stem, and it's done. Get her on in. I like to make sure the tube's nice and centered, you know, because you can pull it around like this, and so your valve stem's not tilted that way or tilted this way. Make sure this side bead is all the way in. Keep an eye on that valve stem while you're doing this. Getting this bead on. Get that valve stem where it needs to be. Get this bead on here. I'm going to tilt it this way so you can see what we're doing. We're just going ahead and put it right on. Those tires are nice and soft, so it makes it easy. Here's the valve stem here. I can pull the tire this way, whichever way I want to straighten that up. Okay, now it's time to air it up. This is her front tire, so we're not going to put 20 pounds in it. When we air this up, we want to make sure to watch and make sure the bead doesn't pop out, because it's really hard to get back in once they're there in this tube. Turn it, air it, turn it a little bit, air it a little bit, turn it. Once it starts to get some air in it, bounce it. That'll help the bead seal. It's getting nice and tight. That's getting good and tight. Pressure is about 10 to 15 pounds right now. Go up to 16 pounds on her front tire, 20 on the rear. Go ahead and mount this tire now. Just a breeze. Make sure your little fish hook or fish tail washers are out to the ends of the thing, and make sure the disc brake is going to go on the right side with the disc brake. Set right down in there. Beautiful. The washer got on the wrong side of the bolt, so I'll lift it up and I'll put it back. Little fisheye washers are locked into the holes, and go ahead and tighten these nuts here. See how good that spins. We're going to go ahead and put a wrench on these nuts. A little bit at a time. A little bit. We'll get this one a lot. Here and here. Make sure it's riding nice and straight and centered in the forks.